Hello everyone, my name is Keming, and I'm here to demonstrate today my AI-assisted workflow. The example, the real-world example that we're looking at today is, so as you can see, I'm managing a organization called Buckeye Googlers at Ohio State University, and I just made some edits to the Constitution. Again, everything is public, so I'm perfectly fine showing this to you. I also submitted a very short registration form covering the purpose statement of the Constitution, and so I'm here to use the common-devx prompt that I wrote to generate and then review the very structured, very concise, very helpful commit message. So here is the prompt. All this is in Markdown. The prompt is actually really, really short. It uses few-shot prompting. Every time I need to write a commit message, I will tell the agent, and this is in Cursor, but any code editor as well as Cloud Code that has an agent that's able to access, that's able to write commands, will be able to use this. So first, check the Git status. All the files should be added. MCP tools to better understand if you have MCP tools that allows access to your GitHub issues, for example. Step number 2 is to classify. Again, we're doing conventional commits. So either it's a feature, fix, any of these types. Title should be max 50 characters, and then the scope, single word or hyphenated. So, and then number 3, this is really important. This is explicitly telling the AI to check in with the human. Are there any issues that we should close? Any specific areas that we should highlight? What is the context? What is the bigger context of this particular commit? And then finally, we'll write a commit message in chat in a plain text code block, following the structure. If we the changes, issues closed, impact, breaking, technical notes, and some of these are optional fields. We also have some constraints and some examples. So this is a very concise, very, very reusable and generic prompt. You can find this in KemingHe / common-devx. It's MIT licensed, fully open source, very helpful. So we just added the request form that we submitted. There's also requirements, official requirements by Ohio State University on how to write a requirements form. We also added a new README. This is a placeholder. And then now we are ready to write a commit message for this documentation only commit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say and then it's going to read the prompt. And as you can see, because I've given it a very structured prompt, it's actually going to check the status, check the diff, actually look at the history. So the prompt is helping the agent to gather more information, to have a bigger context. The extremely important part about AI prompting is the quality of input determines the quality of output. So we can see it's able to come up with this really nice title. It's a feature registration. We also refined the Constitution because we did some, we applied some polish. And so now we're going to answer the questions. So any specific areas? This is mostly about and keeping of the reg form separate concern. Any issues? No issues. Any additional context? No context beyond all right, so this is the human kind of in the loop process. And then when I use AI assisted development, I do not let the AI actually make any changes. It's able to do read-only operations. So now it's time for us to review what the AI wrote in chat. So this is a little bit verbose, but it's a good start. So it sees that we added the interest form, we created the registration requirements reference doc, and we have these impacts. So this is documentation prepared for 2 to 3 weeks university review process. This is information from the requirements document. It clearly shows that it read everything. This is a little verbose. And let's say instead of how many words, that's not really helpful for a developer. Let's just say keep it more concise and 15-second max read time. Ideally 10 seconds. And because we have really good foundation, we have all the information, and before we have all the information, we have all the context, we have really good combination. This is kind of concising that further down. And organization docs and refine constitution, blah, 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 enable official student organization registration process, clear separation concerns across the form sections. So it's taking all of that in. And we can just copy this. And then git commit. And there we have a very nicely formatted and very comprehensive conventional commit message into our Git history. As you can see, this process is extremely short and efficient, and it does capture everything that we get added. And the developer's job is to review, to make sure everything is correct, instead of spending more time and energy on writing up a message. Because a lot of times you write short message, we write short messages not because we don't want to explain everything, but it's tedious. So this is how someone would use the prompt commit message chain prompt for AI assisted development, and it's extremely efficient. Happy to share more. Thank you so much.